Welcome everyone to another session of Crituitous RP. Change in location for myself right now, currently in between moving, so I apologize if there are any technical issues tonight as a result of that. Before we jump into the adventure, I would like to quickly thank every single one of our new family members, our new followers. They are Sildari, Maddox Hadley, Mishras Yardsale, yeah, AG3076, and Brager. Thank you very much to each and every one of you for following us on Twitch. Please, all of you, go over to our YouTube channel and subscribe to that as well. You'll be notified when we go live as well as on Twitch, and you can watch all of our backlog through that as well. You can follow everything we're doing on @CrituitousRP on Twitter, and we are crituitousrp.tumblr.com. So, let's jump into our adventure. What happened last week, guys? We had some fun, right?
All right. If I recall correctly, we successfully convinced them just to let us go safely and to let us go about our business, right? That was what happened.
Yeah, it was good.
I wasn't there. I don't know. It's my understanding.
Sounds about right. Except everything. So, you as a group you'd discovered very early on in the session that there are no more puzzle cubes to collect from shrines. As much fun as it would be to go and try out the death-defying stunts and puzzles within the cubes, turns out Razan C and his collection of Yuan-Ti had collected 3 cubes, not just 1. So, you needed to get into the Fane of the Night Serpent, the temple to Dendar, that is the hideout for the Yuan-Ti. There were a bunch of plans. A bunch of ideas were discussed, including sending the Yellow Banner folks to the front gate to distract, which they're currently doing right now, and they're doing a wonderful job. You'll find out later how successful that was. While Robin and Dirk of the Yellow Banner join you and your group as you snuck past a 10-headed Hydra. Not bad, not bad. However, prior to that, to help you out, you had enlisted the assistance of Valindra Shadowmantle, this interesting, strange individual that it is clear to most of you she is playing all the sides at once. So let's use her. And the use was to take Zola into the Fane of the Night Serpent privately, where she can infiltrate from the inside. Whilst inside the Fane of the Night Serpent, Zola was presented to Fanthaza, the nightmare speaker of the Yuan-Ti, who promptly put Zola through a ritual to unlock hidden nightmare speaker abilities within her, calling her Mika, a missing child from the Yuan-Ti. Now, Fanthaza made it clear that she does not believe Zola is Mika, but only that Razan C should believe it in order to be able to utilize her against him. So the party then infiltrated Razan C's private quarters, found the other cubes. Hey, good job. Set off an alarm, drew Razan C to the room, and whilst he has his magical shields flying all around him and his flaming sword, you all just ignored all of that and killed him fairly quickly. So we end the session right where we pick up the session right where we left off, with Razan C in Zola's arms, Zola wrapped around him wrapped around Tower, who just recently got knocked down from the octopus form, I believe, if I remember rightly. Yep. And as Zola's blade plunges into Razan C's body, what do you guys want to do? As his body goes limp in Zola's arms.
So I'm very confused, very overwhelmed. I'm starting to cry. I don't really know what is right in this moment, but I do know that I could be Mika. Not necessarily, you know, I may not be, but I might be. And in that, I had asked Nasi before plunging my sword into his back if he was my dad, and he had a positive response to that, and then he died. So she's going to, in a fit of emotion, pull out a healing potion, and being very not obvious about it, being very stealthy about it, she's going to try to put some in his mouth.
Tower is additionally going to make sure he's untangled before all that goes down.
As soon as the blade plunges in, the tail just kind of goes limp around you.
All right. He had previously picked up the flame tongue and the sending stone that was dropped.
Yep.
That's what I was doing.
So,
Avarine's grabbing the rest of the cubes.
Yep. You mentioned you were. Did you say you were trying to do it quietly, without drawing attention?
Because she still remembers the conversation that she had with Avarine, and Avarine's thoughts and feelings towards Nasi, and how no matter who he is now or what he says, nothing can excuse him from his past actions. So I think that they're just going to kill him again immediately if they know what I'm doing.
Okay. So, which of your skills are you going to put to the test here?
I feel like sleight of hand is appropriate. I'll use a combination of that in my hands. Plus, I have a very big body now, and I'm already coiled around him. So, under the guise of kind of uncurling from him, I'm going to lift part of my midsection up and kind of do it behind that.
Okay. So, roll a sleight of hand check.
It is what it is.
Okay.
I don't think that I can do anything about that.
Anyone within 10 feet of Zola's current position, so that includes Dirk, Robin, Tower, Avarine, and Shargo, you guys, with your passives, would be able to notice it. Everyone outside of that, unless your passive is over 24, will not be able to notice it. So the key point is Avarine, Tower, Dirk, and Robin all notice Zola pour a potion down Razan C's throat.
Just so you know, currently I'm on the landing page. And
Yeah.
You are! Haha! I could play the entire game by myself. It would be so boring.
Theater of the mind, that's what it is.
There we go. All right. So as we ended it there.
Am I in the room now?
Was she in the room?
Oh.
I haven't moved anyone since we ended the last session.
I don't think Carmen was in the room. She was working outside.
I must have come in the room when
That's
the
true.
battle ended. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's alright, I must have come in. I've not moved her, so she must have come in last time.
There's plenty of time. Okay, so if you would move outside to maybe keep an eye on the area rather than loot the room, that's up to you. If you would stay in the room to loot it and look around and investigate, that's also up to you.
Alright.
Avarine, Tower, what are you guys going to do?
Zola, he's just gonna look at you curiously. What are you planning? What are you doing? That's the guy we just tried to kill us.
I'm gonna look up at Tower very balefully and just kind of coil myself in a little bit further around Nissi. I think he's my dad.
Razency's playing dead. He rolled a 20. Just FYI.
Understand your feelings on this, but if he tries to kill us again, we will have to act.
He won't. He won't. He didn't know who we were or what we were doing.
Do you mean to take him as a prisoner?
I mean to ask him all the questions. I want to know if he is my father, if he can prove it, if I have a mother, if I have brothers, family. I haven't thought much beyond that.
Has he
Very
woken yet? This should be instantaneous.
Zola, roll 2d4 plus 2. And anyone who would like to tell if it's working needs to roll an insight check. You know the DC is 20. Okay. Razency goes back to 6 hit points. And while he's trying to play dead, Tower and Averine are able to notice that he's breathing again. Some of the wounds around his chest is beginning to just slowly refit itself, just slightly.
I'm going to kneel down a little bit. Your daughter has questions for you. We would have them answered. Just do not try to fake this.
I have a
Wrapped
question.
and restrained by his mummified form, you see very little of his person, but his chin drops a little. His eye stares blankly at Zola, no one else. Keep me alive. I'll tell you everything.
Okay, take it easy. I'm gonna continue to just move around him and be very protective.
What were you going to say, Pijo?
Yeah, I was curious because I know Pijo wasn't close enough to notice the potion going in. I'm assuming at this point, is he able to notice everything that's happening now?
At this point, now that Tower has acknowledged the fact that he's conscious and he figures his deception has failed, it seems clear that he's still alive.
Okay. Well, I just want to, having noticed that he's back alive and not necessarily trusting him, just ready in action that if he attacks anybody, to throw my dagger at him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. You're probably not the only one. Dirk is stood over him, confused. Robin is waiting eagerly to drop the blade. Shargo's still dazed in the corner.
I'm gonna see if I can heft him up a little bit and drag him over to the far side of the room to a protective position.
Which side? Where would you put him? In his cushions?
Yeah, his cushions. Yeah.
Okay.
It's obvious.
You go and put him to bed.
Yep.
All right.
Go to sleep.
In the process of you dragging his body over to that position, that is when what happened at the end of last session comes into play, which is Shargo gets pushed out of the teleportation circle, the teleportation node, as a certain individual with blonde flowing hair pops out with a grin. She just looks at you all. Wonderful. You did exactly what you were supposed to do. That's fantastic. Thank you so much to all of you. This makes my next task so much easier. as her entire visage changes from the beautiful half-elf to the broken, tattered, and undead form of a lich. With her is Fenthaza, strangely enough. Now, before we kill all of you, because that's just what needs to be done, do you have any last words?
Aye. So I'll start speaking in Elven to Valindra.
Okay.
Who's your friend?
This, responding in Elvish back, how many of the party do not speak Elvish? Zola, Pijo. I believe Grigori probably does.
Okay.
Yep. All right. Oh, this is the next leader of the UNT here in Omu.
Why have you allied yourself with the UNT of Omu?
Well, isn't it obvious? They helped me get rid of someone who was in my way.
You mean the UNT?
No, not really. Razin C. He was quite a bother, since as he refused to give up the Soulmonger. I mean, really. The guy is dying as a result of its creation, and he's not willing to give it up to me. So I had to get rid of him.
But she didn't help you. We did.
She's about to help me right now.
Brasnisi's already dead. Why do you... If you're... Why have you allied yourself with the UNT when we are the ones who have taken the UNT that you had a problem with out of the picture?
Because I've been working with everyone. In this situation, I think, and don't, as she changes to common, I hope you don't mind me saying so, Fenthaza. Her and I should be more than capable of mopping up the situation.
I'll continue in Elven and say, if you're not particular who you're working with, and the task that you had set before you was to get rid of Raznisi, which we performed for you, why would you choose to have a relationship with Fenthaza and not with us?
Roll a persuasion check.
That was a very smart piece of logic. Maybe it could be an intelligence persuasion check.
For Pijo, maybe.
I believe...
Because the UNT are far more useful than as an entire group than one small group.
But we're superior to them.
I think you're more useful at the task that has been presented to you.
Would you care for a demonstration?
Are you challenging me?
No, not at all. I'm suggesting that I can demonstrate our utility and our superiority over this UNT who you have called your friend.
She comes with a lot more assistance than just herself. As much as I appreciate all the work you have done, and believe me, you have been doing wonderful, wonderful work. I think the time is now that I tie up a few of the loose ends. I don't want you getting into the tomb, because that's going to cause more trouble for me than you're worth.
Ah, Valindra. This is obviously Grigori. Valindra, I admire you. I truly admire you. But I'm not going to, shall we say, blow bubbles, my dear. But I would like just to point out some very clear things here. Yes, she comes with more UNT than us. But we have got all of the puzzle cubes where the UNT have been unable to for many, many years. They have not been able to get into the shrine with the keys at their hand and within reach. So as much as you say she has more skills and more available to you, we have knowledge and we have proven our skills to be more than anybody else has ever. We found you in the heart of Uktau. How many have really managed to get there? I do not believe we should part ways just yet.
Her task was not to destroy Ras and Sea. Her task was not to collect all of the puzzle cubes.
I appreciate that. However,
that was your task. You completed your task, brought all of the cubes to me.
Yes.
Because they're all in this room right now.
Well, my dear, however, what makes you believe that her and her crew will be more helpful to you in getting through the tomb, known to be filled with traps, known to be filled with tricks, which we have already proven ourselves worthy? As much as we had a different task, the task ahead is more suited to our group, is it not?
Roll another persuasion check.
Oh, hang on. I need to roll this. Grigori.
Yep. Roll this Grigori. Don't forget, Grigori does have a...
Grigori just showed up.
Oh, speak of the devil.
Speak of the devil, I get it.
I was just going to suggest, if you're unhappy with your 11, whether or not that's going to succeed or not in this case, you do always have the option of cashing in either your inspiration or Matthew's, as it is his character.
I would cash in my inspiration
Okay.
and not Matthew's, because I appreciate that was me rolling that dice.
Yep. Then drag and drop your card to the table.
Oh.
Oh, Carmen is doing Grigori favors. Ah.
Yeah, can you grab it? It's not grabbing for me.
No, I can't.
So while we're dragging and dropping the card, what's happened?
I can do it for you, but I have to steal the card.
Yeah, I'm stealing the card for some reason. No, I don't want to be doing
Oh,
that.
choose one. Immediately re-roll D20 you just rolled. Discard an inspiration card immediately and draw 2 inspiration cards. So immediately re-roll D20 you just rolled.
Yeah. So, all right. I need to take the card off of Lainey, so if no one else is going to do it, I'm going to steal it. I need Lainey to approve the steal.
Okay.
Why I need someone to approve my stealing?
It's very good stealing.
How do I approve the steal? It doesn't have a button.
Does it not say so-and-so is trying to steal the card? Can you press OK?
There's no OK. Oh.
I think you're limited by screen space.
But yeah, I'm on my laptop, so it's not letting me take it.
All right. I'll do it at another time. Yeah, I'll do it at another time. Yeah. Well, remember, you don't have that inspiration card anymore. Okay, you've used the opportunity to grant Grigori a re-roll on his persuasion check. Grigori.
Well, I will re-roll my persuasion check then. It's so hard.
That's a little bit better.
Quite simply, I don't want you in the tomb. I know what awaits those at the bottom, and I don't want you to be there. But enough said. Let's get this over.
Whatever is in there, we will surely have to face and and even if we fail to kill what is ever down there, we will surely weaken it for you.
She gives you a curt little nod as she then turns to look at Fanthaza, who draws her scimitars. Scimitar. And we're going to roll initiative.
He's going hidden step.
No, you're not.
No!
Nope. The turn order came up first. Everyone roll for initiative.
I couldn't interrupt you.
I'm so glad Matthew's back.
So how much of that conversation?
So what
was not in
happened
Elvish?
before we got into this fight?
A lot of low persuasion rolls.
Yeah. Should have gone with deception.
Yeah, the only thing that was said in common for all of that was the one sentence that was, "I hope you don't mind me saying," and so on. So you have no idea what was going on.
But I do know a scimitar was just drawn, and that's usually not a friendly thing to do.
Well, depends on who you are.
I'm dead.
Oh, tower.
Oh, stop it. It'll be fine.
Going low on the initiative does not guarantee death.
Doesn't
Low on a con
guarantee
save.
it. It's just probably.
Come on. There we go. All right. Now, unless instructed to join in by Zola, Razan C will continue to remain in his pillows. If you request his aid, he will join in.
There's Dirk and
I'm rolling for him right now.
Okay.
I'm sure. I'm curious why Dirk didn't want to speak in behalf of being the owner of Uma. I don't know, but
He'll take out the
Maybe.
winners.
Yeah. We'll see what happens with Dirk. So, has everyone rolled initiative? Are we missing anyone from the initiative order? Bijo, Carmen, Averine, Zola, Grigori, and Tower. I believe that is everyone. So, at the top of the round, Shargo's still dazed and confused. He's useless. We need Bijo. Bijo,
So-
what are you going to do?
I have a question because since I wasn't here last week, I want to remember. Maybe you guys can. I hunters marked Razan C, right?
Most likely, yes.
So, if an hour hasn't passed, would I be able to use my bonus action to transfer kind of the ethereal hunter's mark, or would I have had to do it before, like immediately when his hit points dropped to 0?
So, what's the duration?
1 hour.
1 hour. It's definitely been within 1 hour, so you don't need to recast.
Okay, so I'm going to use a bonus to transfer that to Fanthaza because she has a weapon.
Okay.
Yeah, because she has a weapon out, and that makes her look a lot scarier right now. And I will lay on her with the longbow.
Okay.
And just keep my distance as much as possible in this place.
17 to hit Fanthaza is going to hit.
Oh, good. And I will add my hunter's mark damage.
Okay.
And I will do another longbow attack on her. That'll hit 2.
Also
so
hits.
Hunter's mark, Colossus Slayer. Okay.
Nice. Fanthaza is severely injured by that. Nice and quick.
Just gonna
Anything-
draw that aggro right here, right to the bird, just flopping in the corner.
Anything else from you?
Well, if he wasn't already, he's just keeping himself. I know it's only like a 15-foot ceiling, but he's staying up as high as he can from where he is.
Okay. All right. Then at the end of your turn, Valindra will use a legendary action.
Oh, criminy.
Yep. In fact, she's going to use all 3 actions in one go. Let's kick this off well and truly. con saves from everyone within 20 feet of Valindra. That includes
Is this a
Phantaza.
spell?
This is not a spell. It is effectively everyone except Pijo
Oh, good.
or Carmen.
Is there any reason literally everyone could have possibly had advantage on those saves?
What's the total, Averine?
12.
12? Okay. All right. In which case...
Is a 12 insufficient?
A 12 is insufficient.
Do I do Favorite of the Gods or save it? I'm going to use it.
Where's your card?
I need to roll a con save for...
So now it's 14. Worthless.
Phantaza crit fails. Ouch. All right. So, it looks like everyone failed in that account, unless anyone... Well, yeah. Everyone failed that, so everyone included takes 22 points of necrotic damage.
Great. How does that handle with Shago being in the state that he's in?
He automatically fails the con save.
Okay.
So takes 22 points.
Okay.
However, you know what that does? That puts Shago under. All right. Not unconscious, but under 100 hit points.
Great.
All right. That was her legendary action after Pijo's turn. So, Carmen, what would you like to do?
Oh, Carmen is going to silence that part of the room.
Okay. Just remembered I need to roll for Dirk and... Okay, so where are you creating the space?
I'm going to create it. Sorry, I'm struggling with my laptop. I'm going to create it from. It's 20, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. It's 20-foot radius sphere. I will create a 20-foot radius sphere for you
Thank you.
to help you identify.
Paused on me, and I can't see this Alice coming through.
I can't see. Aaron's not moving to me.
15, 20, 5, 10, 15, 20. There we go. So, 20-foot radius sphere.
Yes.
Where would you like it?
A little bit more to the left.
Okay.
Bit more. One more
To the left.
Yeah.
Putting Grigori in a silence zone.
That's fine. That's
Okay.
fine.
Yeah. Okay. It's fine.
I would
Okay.
prefer the whole room be silenced and have to
Mhm.
rely on somatic and material components than otherwise.
Well, she
There are
left.
other certain verbal component spells that can be.
Move it up a bit.
Okay. If I go up one and left one. There we go.
All right. Anything else from you, Carmen?
No, I think that's no. Can I give inspiration?
Yeah, of course you can.
So I will give Grigori inspiration.
Okay.
Like he can't
And what does that look like?
it would look like it would be cheerleaders because there's no there'd be Grigori in cheerleader pom-poms.
Nice.
But there's no sounds, you can't hear anything.
So, Bardic Inspiration.
Yeah.
To do so, you use a bonus action on your turn to choose one creature other than yourself within 60 feet of you who can hear you.
Ah, damn, I can't use it.
Bardic Inspiration cannot be given through hand signals alone.
Oh, that was spelling Grigori.
I know.
Okay, all right. In that case, I'll just.
Yep.
Wait.
All right.
In
Averine.
my mind, she's still doing the pom poms, and it's like, what are you doing? I don't understand.
Okay. Now, Averine, what are you going to do?
So I don't see the 20-foot spear anymore.
The reason why you don't see it is the 20-foot sphere of silence isn't actually visible.
Okay.
Your character doesn't necessarily know where the border of that 20-foot sphere is. So, you know that everything went quiet. You know that at least you are included within the silence spell area, but you don't know where the border is.
So since I know Carmen casts that spell from time to time,
Yep.
I can assume that it's somehow around Valindra and Thenthaza.
Yes.
So would it be reasonable for me to take a step back to test audio?
Absolutely. You
right.
step back, you immediately get that rush of sound in your ears that indicates you can hear stuff. You are now out of the silence zone.
Okay, and then I would like to cast Bless at 4th level to get 6 people. So those 6 people are the player characters.
Okay.
And I will go ahead and bless on everyone.
Yep. Averine is now blessed.
Thank you for the blessings.
Zola is now blessed. Pijo is now blessed. Tower is now blessed. Grigori is now blessed.
Nice.
And Carmen.
It goes on my sheet without me having to click it. That's neat.
Yeah.
And I'll end my turn.
Okay. Zola.
If I have someone wrapped up in my tail, I think I saw somebody in Abomination or Nassi do this before. If I want to keep them in my tail and move, is that a skill check? See if I can drag them.
It counts as if any movement while grappling an individual.
Okay.
So it's
half.
just like as if you were grappling someone. It's half movement. Except he can't resist, or he's not going to resist the grapple, so you automatically win the grapple check.
Okay. So I will then proceed to barrel in. I'll get there. And I will lunge at
Pulling
Valindra.
him with you?
No.
Oh, you're leaving him behind.
Yeah, what I intend to do is constrict Valindra.
Ah, okay.
And once I have her in my grasp, I will be dragging her to the other side of the room, away from my brother.
Okay. Fair enough. So as you attack, there's not much she can do without verbal components. A 20 is going to hit, and she is now grappled.
Woo!
Which takes 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
And as discussed before, I will...
Your constrict is not considered a magical attack, correct? We
Correct.
discussed that it is not. So you notice that as you wrap your tail around her and squeeze, it does absolutely nothing to her. You grapple her, you restrain her, but she doesn't take any damage from it.
That negates a sneak attack too. Okay, well at least she's restrained, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I will proceed. I move 10 feet, so 15. Me and her will get all the way back here.
Okay.
And then I think I got another bonus action to use. Yes, I do. I will make an offhand attack.
Okay. A solid attack. That's
Does it have advantage
because the target is considered restrained? Yes, you have advantage. That is a natural 20.
Ooh.
8 points of piercing damage.
A whole 8.
Does she add the sneak attack damage to that?
She added the sneak attack to the first one. She wouldn't have noticed that the damage had no effect until after applying all modifiers to it. Okay.
I'm done.
Okay. Nice. Grigori.
That moving her did things. Okay. I am going to fall back behind Zola. Do I hear the sound of coins as I'm walking over them, or is it still silent?
Still silent.
That sucks. Let's see, that was 5, 10. In that case, I'm going to use the rest of my movement to walk out the door. I think that was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Can I hear anything now?
Now you can, yes.
Awesome. I'm going to use a bonus action and cast Spiritual Weapon, and a giant spectral, wicked-looking pitchfork is going to float next to Valindra on the opposite side of Zola.
No, it won't. Valindra will use her reaction to counterspell that.
She's in silence.
She's silenced.
Counterspell does not
Counterspell is only
require
somatic.
verbal
Ah.
components.
I look at Valindra, and I give her a wink. And I'm going to be done. No, I won't. I believe that. Hold on. Spiritual Weapon is new. I'm just looking at it. I should probably click it to have expended it. Oh, why is that not doing what it's supposed to? Spiritual Weapon. There we go. So you counterspell that, and then I'm going to...
Wait, if it's a somatic component and she's restrained, does that not include her hands?
Restraint does not stop someone from being able to cast somatic components.
Dang it!
Specifically.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will shout some healing words and heal Zola then.
Will healing word work on someone that can't hear you?
Oh, that is an excellent question.
You speak the healing word.
A creature of your choice that you can see within range or gains hit points, equal to 1d4.
Okay. That's a weird word. Okay. That's fine. You heal her.
Oh, sure. And then I'm done. That's my action and a bonus and move.
Okay. And we move to Robin. Robin steps up to flank Valindra.
Do it, Robin! Do it!
Okay. Pulling out his longsword, he swings at Valindra. That is a 25 to hit. Second attack, 24 to hit. Both are going to hit. I don't know why that rolled 3 times. Just clicked it. So grand total of no damage as his weapons are not magical. All right. That's his turn done. Dirk, who does have magical weapons, will step forward and try it himself. Let's go with a little short sword stab. Yep, that'll hit. And that'll add the sneak attack. And that'll be his turn done. Nice and simple. Doing the magical attack does mean that she takes the full damage. Okay. 19 points of damage. It is Valindra's turn. This is a awful predicament that she's in. Being restrained and all that. So what she's going to do...
It's just a hug. It's just
I know.
Very full-bodied hug.
And you know, she'd like to give you a bit more of a hug too, you know.
No, that's okay.
Maybe a little caress.
No, I'm
along
good.
the side of the cheek. She would
What's so nice of
mouth
her?
something to you as
Is
she
she
uses
casting the spell?
She is not casting her spell.
Okay.
Because of verbal components and all that. She is in fact using her paralyzing touch against Zola. I need Zola to make a Constitution saving throw.
You're just not going, are they?
Wow, that was really the fact that you rolled 4 1s in a row.
Yeah, I know.
That's impressive.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's just as likely to happen as all those 20s too. So
It
you
is.
know.
I'm tempted to use the inspiration on this. I don't know when we're going to get another one, though.
I haven't told you the results of this roll, so of course.
I think it might be.
Right.
I think might be important not to be paralyzed for a whole round. So
That might be a good idea, you know.
Let's do it.
So drag and drop your card to the table. We'll
Yeah.
delete it, and you re-roll your con save.
All right.
Okay.
It's gonna be another one to watch. It's close enough.
As
got bless.
Yeah.
Got bless.
bless is already included.
Oh, was that a 2?
Yeah.
+2.
Okay.
Yeah.
When the API that I'd set up automatically turns on bless for everyone. So unfortunately, as she strokes you, that will deal 14 points of cold damage to you, Zola, and you are paralyzed for 1 minute. You can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turns, ending the effect on a success. As you are paralyzed, you are no longer grappling her.
I mean, wouldn't she really just freeze in place? And now she's like ensconced in a stone-like snake tail.
That's petrification. Have you ever seen a paralyzed individual?
Oh, I'm just hoping.
Awkward question.
Yeah. Unfortunately, when losing control, when paralysis sets in, it's not petrification. The body falls. As such, Valindra will simply walk past everyone to the person that really bothered her just now.
Shit.
Calm.
Can I get reactionary attack?
Yes, you do.
Don't
So
Dirk and Robin
Dirk
get it?
And Robin, I'm not going to bother with Robin. He will make the attack, but it's not going to make a difference.
Well, let's say he hit anyway for morale purposes.
I'm gonna use that flame tongue sword. I'm technically not attuned to it, so I can't use the fire, but it's technically still magical. So I'm going to roll the great sword for it, but I'll re-roll the damage. So
Hits.
I'll do it two-handed. So that's 1d10. 1d10 plus my strength modifier is +3, so 1d10 plus 3. 8.
8. Okay. She will take the 8 points of damage. Okay. And then that was what? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah. So to get there, she's used up all of her movement. She will end her turn stood between Carmen and Grigori. At the end of her turn, it is Fanthaza's turn, at which point she is going to rush to Valindra's aid. And
Is she able to make that corner? Oh, Tower doesn't have a reaction. Never mind. He already used it.
already used it up.
Yeah.
And she is going to turn and focus on Averine and use her Invoke Nightmare feature on Averine. I need Averine to make an intelligence saving throw. Probably something she's very good at.
I will use my inspiration card.
To re-roll, okay.
Yeah. $26.
To get a 26. Okay, you succeed the save, taking no damage whatsoever.
So
All right.
Did that require any audio? Do I sense that she is outside of the circle of silence?
It did not require any audio. You watched her and did not require her to speak. Okay. However, you know that Grigori can. Well,
I heard
no,
him say
Grigori didn't. Yeah,
healing word.
yeah, you heard him say it. So, you know that Grigori at least is out of it, but you don't know about Fenthaza's current position. At the end of her turn, we're going to go with Tower. Tower, what are you going to do?
Having seen that Averin can cast spells, he's going to move in behind her quickly to there.
Okay. You can hear everything that's going on.
I am then going to think we're in a dire situation and I need to summon something to help us. And I'm trying to think of the most powerful being that I've ever seen in my lifetime that I could possibly summon to this battle to help me. And I'm going to conjure woodland animals and summon 8 pixies.
They're ferocious buggers.
8 pixies. Okay.
I like to see where this is going.
Do pixies count as allies, and how many hit points do they have? This is what Grigori wants to know.
Pixies, in case anyone is interested, are illegal in Adventurers League games when it comes to conjure woodland animals, for this exact reason. So, how many do you get? 8 pixies, you say? 8 little pixies. Little pixies. So,
I'm going to put them next to Shug. I'm going to put them in this corner. I kind of want them in like roughly here within line of sight.
So, 8 fey creatures. So, you summon 8 creatures to a point you can choose. I'm going to summon 1 and then go through the process of giving you full control over it and all that. There we go. Tiny fey, neutral good. Controlled by all players. Okay. Summoning so many creatures, that does draw a nice big target on your head.
Yeah. My next action is bonus action hidden step.
Okay.
Now I'm going invisible.
So, let me just
move
copy and paste all of these 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You are welcome to summon those creatures to any point within range. Occupy spaces that you can see within 60 feet of you. Roll initiative for the summoned creatures as a group.
Have you given me these?
You should have full control over them, so select one of them, hold shift and double click, and it'll open the character sheet for you. Okay.
Rolling initiative. Come on, my little pixie buggers. 12, not bad.
Okay. So we will add them into the turn order immediately after the turn.
Do I have to summon a group, or do I have to summon them all next to? Do they have to all be in one area?
You summon fey creatures that appear in unoccupied spaces that you can see within range. So you can place all 8 of them wherever you like, spread out, connected. And I was worried about stuff for no reason. If anyone is interested as to why pixies are not accepted in AL, it's because of one of the spells they can cast, I believe.
It's polymorph, isn't it?
Yep.
Hmm.
The little pixies, once a day, can each cast polymorph for a CR quarter creature. All right. Anything else from you, Tower?
Yeah, that's me.
That's you. All right. Then at the top of the round, anything else? Well, it is now Pijo. What are you gonna do, Pijo?
Okay. I'm actually gonna let my wife into my apartment because she left her keys outside, and I will be right back. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, Pijo's dead. Waits until his turn to run off.
I like to imagine that whenever
Okay,
towers.
Sorry. Okay, so I'm gonna move myself to this spot here, and I'm gonna attack Venthaza with my longbow.
Everything goes eerily quiet.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't need to hear to say and to shoot.
Okay. Attacking Venthaza with your longbow.
Yeah.
That's a 15 to hit. That will hit her.
Great, so I'll add my Hunter's Mark Colossus Slayer. How's she doing?
She's hurt.
Okay.
Considerably hurt at this point.
I'm going to do another one. And
okay. And with that, you defeat Venthaza.
And do a little happy spin. And then I am going to bolt over here.
Okay.
And that's my turn. Oh, before I bolt, no, can I transfer my Hunter's Mark in a silence area? I can use the bonus action to transfer it to... well, I'm going to try to.
Okay.
And if it works,
Who are you transferring it to?
To Valindra.
Okay.
And then I'm going to bolt.
All right.
Change my move action over there.
It transitions over. Then at the end of your turn, Venthaza is going to use a legendary action to use her paralyzing touch on
Venthaza or
Valindra.
Not Venthaza. Valindra.
I was like, she's dead and she's coming back to attack us. Ah!
Oh, sorry. Yeah, she will use a paralyzing touch on... Ooh, nope. Never mind. She's not going to use the legendary action. Carmen, go ahead.
Okay.
What are you going to do, Carmen?
Carmen's going to just nod over to Valindra's dead mate behind her. And she's going to drop silence in the other room so everyone can start to talk again. And then Carmen is going to run away! Run over here. But as she gets around the corner and she's run away, she's then going to cast invisibility on herself.
Does Carmen have the melee? No, she's not going to use reaction. Why would she do that? That's stupid. All right, go ahead.
Why is that stupid?
She's not going to waste her reaction right now on an opportunity attack. Okay. Anything else from Carmen as she disappears?
Carmen is disappeared. Silence is gone. She's out the way. For now. Done.
Okay. Wait, oops. Okay. Here we go. Then we move to Averine.
I will just cast a firebolt on Valindra.
Okay. Wow, you guys are critting today. Okay.
And we're also critting in the other
all
direction,
the ones
too.
earlier.
So, 21 points of fire damage on Valindra. Anything else?
That's it.
Okay. Zola, what would you like to do?
I'd like to stop being paralyzed, please.
Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
You are still paralyzed.
Dang it!
Okay. Anything else from you?
Can I blink?
No.
Like
Not
use
really.
an action to blink?
Okay. All right. I don't know if this is such a good idea to let all of them have a go. The question is what he's going to do with them all. Yeah, I'm not going to risk it. At the end of Zola's turn, she uses another of her disrupt life actions. Every non-undead creature within 20 feet of Valindra, which includes the Fae here, plus the 2 that are in the other room. So 3 of them. Shargo, Pijo, and Grigori need to roll Constitution saving throws.
And this, we said, can't be counterspelled, right?
Cannot be counterspelled.
This is Constitution. Is it half damage? Because I've only got like 1 hit point.
Success is half damage.
They'll be dead.
Okay. Oh, oops. Let me re-add the turn order. I accidentally got rid of them.
They were at 12.
Yep. Okay. Pijo, you've rolled 1. Grigori's rolled 1. I need to roll 1 for Shargo.
As a reaction, I'm going to cast Absorb Elements.
Yeah.
That works on this, right?
Does Absorb Elements allow you
On
to
necrotic?
absorb necrotic?
No.
I don't think it's specific that it doesn't.
No, it's
Absorb
only
Elements
by
specifically states certain
acid.
damages.
Now, is that within 20 feet or 25 feet?
20 feet. So it
So
is
Zola's safe, right?
correct. Let me get rid of that one. All right. So I don't think Absorb Elements will allow you to halve the damage on this. But Pijo, that is a success, as is Grigori's roll. Let's see how Shargo automatically fails. I already said that. So Shargo
Shargo within
takes.
20?
He is within 20 feet of her. Shargo takes 30 points of necrotic damage. Pijo and Grigori each take 15 points of
and
necrotic
I'll have
damage.
to roll a Constitution save to maintain my Hunter's Mark.
Yes, you will. DC 10.
Okay. Cool. Can do. I hope I can do.
Fine.
Other than really hideously ugly at the moment anyway, but
She's looking all right.
all right.
Yeah. Pijo, you keep hold of
Cool.
your Hunter's Mark spell. All right. It is now the Pixie's turn.
Okay.
Pixies.
I'm going to have. Would you say this pixie's got line of sight on her?
Yeah. She did fly up high.
Aaron?
I'm just calculating that, trying to figure that out. It's a tight one.
Sure.
I would
move it.
say, yeah. As long as it moves, then yes.
I'll move it to there. All right. Okay. These are long shots. I don't expect this to happen, but hey ho. I will cast Polymorph on the ledge.
Okay. Wisdom save. What is the spell save DC?
12. I don't expect this
Okay.
to work. You never know.
24.
Yeah, that's where I thought it would go. Okay.
What if Grigori turns into something?
Does
Something
Grigori
big and
want to turn-
scary.
Does Grigori wants to turn into something?
I have no idea what the mechanics of that are. Do I get new hit points? Do I not get new
Yeah.
hit points?
Yeah.
You do.
All right.
That's an idea.
This one is going to turn Grigori into a giant ape.
Yes.
Grigori, roll a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to save it. He doesn't need to roll it if he wants to accept it.
Feeling a magical effect come at me from my back. All right, fine.
No, he failed. He failed. Absolutely failed.
Okay. So you change him into a giant
ape.
What's the CR of a giant ape?
8. No, 7.
7. Okay.
Which is acceptable.
Right. Good. Okay, so you become a giant ape, Grigori.
Very good.
Bear with me one moment while I'll sort that out. Giant ape. What are the other ones doing?
This one is going to hold. Is going to cast polymorph, but it's going to hold the action to cast polymorph until tower is visible. Well, until tower tells it to.
Do it.
Okay. So it casts the spell and is holding concentration on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other two are. The other two aren't. They're going to hold that for a minute. They are. I'll tell you what they're going to do. The other two are going to cast fly on. Who would like to fly right now?
We're in a room, we can't move.
Ooh, I would like to fly if that's possible.
The other two at the back are going to cast fly on Averine and Zola.
Is the room tall enough? Is it a
It should be.
height?
Should be. You might have to crouch a bit, but.
Okay. Grigori, you're shifting into a huge beast.
Sure.
Okay.
I imagine that moves some things around a little bit.
Yeah, you can't squeeze down into the space that is the doorway, so I need you to choose in the room or out.
Shift forward out of the room. Push Valindra back a little bit, I guess.
You don't get to push her back, but you do get to stand there. All right. If you select the giant ape, hold down Shift, double click, you can see the character sheet. Giant ape.
I would like to imagine that a giant ape would be able to talk and articulate as well.
So I presume I can't cast spells or anything else. Like I'm just a giant ape, right?
You are, for all intents and purposes, a giant ape, except when you drop to 0 hit points as a giant ape, you will revert back to what you were as Grigori.
So
However, the giant ape has no languages, so cannot speak.
And no, I can't use, like, how does Demands of Nessus work? He just doesn't. That would just go to my giant ape points, but it doesn't work because I'm not, I'm just a giant ape. That's great. That's fine. I got it. This is fine. This is fine.
Anything else from the pixies? I believe that's it for all of them.
So the one holding, the other two cast fly on Zola and Averine.
Okay. Grigori.
Yeah.
Surely.
I need a second. I'm looking through a character sheet.
He can do articulated spells.
If he can open a banana, he can do a spell.
He can say words as well.
What if does he have the shield that translates language?
Grigori does that thing. No, Grigori doesn't have that shield. He's not proficient in shields.
Oh, right.
Grigori does that thing where he's... And I am just going to grapple Valindra.
Eat her. Grapple works too.
On her to go anywhere, so I am grabbing her, my big meaty paws.
Okay.
Is that I don't know what to do.
You have to roll a strength athletics check, contested by her strength athletics or dexterity acrobatics.
Is there advantage due to the size difference?
Yeah.
That doesn't need to be advantage.
Okay.
She's not a very strong person. You grapple Valindra. That counts as an attack.
Right. That's my action, I I I guess that's it. I wanna grab her. I wanna grab her and get her up against me so she can't look at anybody else. But I don't know if.
So
Just figure a big hug and bury her face in your chest.
I don't think I.
Grigor. Okay. All right. Woosa. Grigori.
Yeah.
As a giant ape, you do have the multi-attack feature. So when
But I
you
have to make 2 fist attacks. So if I take it, I have to attack with 2 fists. I can't grapple and attack.
Yeah, I think that's how more attack works.
makes sense. Okay. I'll be
Try to
fine
be
with that.
fair both sides.
Okay. Anything else from you, Grigori?
Can you just run away with her?
Drop her in the water.
Go ahead and dump her into the ritual
Muted.
room.
We have no idea what you're saying, Matt.
Sorcerer, so I haven't looked at the grapple rules in like forever. What would it take for me now that I've got her to like just walk over to the corner and just like shove her into the corner so that it's me all around her and then just her in the corner? Is that something I can do?
While you have someone grappled, you can move with them, but at half speed.
Sure, it's not really the movement. I mean, it's 1 square over, and I just need to turn so that she gets shoved into the corner.
Isn't that rule changed because he's a huge creature? I thought size mattered between the if you're bigger than the other person, you don't get that obstruction.
I will double check that rule later. But it's
Do
a
I
good
need
point.
to roll anything to put baby in the corner?
Nope.
All right, baby's in the corner.
You put baby in the corner.
And keep hugging. There you go. She's
Well,
fine.
I imagine it's something like that. Is that okay?
That's fine.
All right, I'm done.
All right. And here I was worried I'd be hurting you guys too much.
Still be worried.
Yep. Well, these folk can't exactly do anything because there's a giant ape in the way.
I meant to do this. I kind of meant to hand off the sword to Rob. I didn't say it, so
Yeah.
but I meant to do that.
When you become more visible, maybe.
All right.
Okay.
I meant to do it when I passed him the first time, but okay,
Fair
that's
enough.
Your boyfriend.
All right. Dirk. You see, he has received. Yeah, he's gonna just move. It's Valindra's turn. This is really quite a predicament. Excuse me. She's going to have to do the only thing she can think to do.
Break free of the grapple. Strength check.
She's going to waste her 9th level spell. And not on power word kill.
Ooh.
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 Wish. Gate.
Hold on. Where
She-
did this go?
She has to make a melee spell attack against the ape. On a hit, the ape has to make a charisma saving throw.
Oh, jeez, Louise.
Oh, he's got his charisma.
No, not with polymorph.
Polymorph. Nope, not with polymorph. All the stats.
Are we sure?
100%. I've
Yeah.
got polymorph right here.
Well,
What are we looking for?
We're all jumping into the books.
The target is... Yep.
this is you never got a chance to land this in the last
The
campaign.
target's game statistics, including mental ability scores, are replaced by the statistics of the chosen beast. It retains its alignment and personality only. So, with a plus 12 to hit. Yeah. What's the...
It's at close range, so it's got disadvantage because it's a spell attack, ranged spell attack. So
it's a melee spell attack.
Oh. But she's restrained, so it's still disadvantage.
Yes. Yes, she has disadvantage, and if she rolls a natural 1, she could miss.
If only Grigori could cast Counterspell.
I know, right? Wouldn't that be wonderful?
Counterspell is somatic, and technically you have the hands.
Can't cast spells under polymorph. It says quite
Game
clearly.
Statistics are replaced.
The creature is limited to actions it can perform by the nature of its new form. It cannot speak, cast spells, or take any actions that require hands or speech.
Okay.
At disadvantage, that's a 28 to hit the ape.
All right. Gonna roll my saving throw.
So, charisma saving throw, please.
I gotta roll a nat 20 or I'm dead. 11.
Okay.
Do you have any... You have an inspiration, don't you?
Yes, you have your
You do, 'cause
inspiration.
I spent mine for you.
Sure, I've got mine. Yeah, why not? Let's spend it because I don't know what she's doing.
Well, I think we have a pretty good idea where this is going, though.
Oh,
Not
man.
where you're going, but where this is going.
This could be very interesting. Not wrong character sheet. I don't get to use that one. Yeah. Worse.
Oh, criminy.
The giant ape disappears in a flash and an instant as he is plane shifted to the bottom, somewhere very dark, without the ability to be able to see or breathe on the elemental plane of water.
That's a bummer. All right.
Well, I feel responsible for this, and I am very sorry that happened.
Grigori, what is your constitution modifier?
My con mod is +4.
Okay. You will die in 4 rounds.
Valindra's in my hands, correct?
No, she just plane shifted you.
Okay.
Just you. Just you. So, I'm going to put a little clock next to Grigori's body.
Sure.
There we go. Just so that we all know how that's going to happen. With the plane shift spell, unfortunately for everyone, there's no concentration to remove it or undo it. Unless Grigori can find some way to get back to be able to breathe within the next 4 rounds, he will die. Fenthaza is dead. Tower, it is your turn.
Right. Okay. Tower is going to move through the door. His invisibility is up. He will throw the sword at. He's going to just put the sword down in this by Rob. Right.
Okay.
And then he's going to trigger the pixie to polymorph him into a giant ape.
Okay. So you become the giant ape.
Rob does.
No, I do.
You do.
And I forget how much movement I get with the giant ape. So I've moved 2/3 of my movement. Actions. So yeah, I've got another 20 feet movement. So I'm going to move onto the Valindra. I'm going to barge over those guys, and then I'm going to attack her twice with the multi-attack.
Yep.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay. 22 to hit.
Using her reaction, she will cast Shield, which means that misses.
Second attack. Not that good. Shit. All right.
Anything else from Tower Ape?
Tower Ape is done.
Okay. Oh. This is a difficult predicament for her to be in. As such, she's going to fix her gaze on Tower Ape.
Yeah, thought so.
Actually, no. No, she's not. Tower Ape's attacks are non-magical. So, they do nothing to her. So, she won't bother with that. She will instead cast a spell. No, she won't. This is not her turn. What am I thinking? Yeah. Pijo.
All right. Well, Pijo is going to move by Fanthaza's dead, lifeless corpse and see if she has any equipment on her that looks... I mean, he has no way to really know if something's magical or not. But having seen that all these attacks aren't really doing anything to Valindra, he's going to see if she has something that might be handy. I don't know if she has like a bow and arrow or arrows or a dagger or some kind of like a small blade or something like that. But he's going to look and kind of loot the body of it, see if he can find anything that could be useful.
All you have seen is that bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage she is immune to. Mm-hmm. If it's non-magical. You don't know whether or not your poison arrows will hurt her or not. You could assume either way. Looking at Fanthaza's body, nothing really stands out as magical on her person.
Okay. Then
you do have that Lich Dagger.
Do I have the Lich Dagger?
It was given to you a long time ago.
Oh, geez Louise. I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely a magical weapon.
Well, great. In that case, I'm going to 2, 3. Come out here to kind of survey the area, probably thinking that the giant ape is still Grigori, not realizing that he's disappeared. And did he grab Valindra?
The ape didn't know. Tower Ape didn't grab.
Okay, then I'm going to just... he's going to wait to see what all is going on and just maintain the concentration on his spell. But he's going to try to keep a distance so that he's not within the range. Well, so that he's not close to her. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Yeah, I'll stay there. That's fine. Okay, I'm done. Oh, and I guess I'll take the dodge action so I can be a little harder to hit. Since was searching the body in action.
Searching the body. If I didn't assume you were actually physically going into her pockets. Okay. If you were, that's a different matter.
No, he was just doing a spot, so I'll do the dodge action just to
dodge. Okay.
Yeah. Cool.
Carmen.
Okay. Carmen is going to come over here to check. Ooh. Yeah. And she's going to cast I don't even need to get that close to be fair. Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Is it out of visible?
It's not. Oh yeah, you're still invisible, aren't you?
I am, yeah.
Oh, that's been a long round. Yes, so you. Well, actually, let's see her vision. No, it's not at advantage. She can see you.
I'm invisible.
She can see you.
She can see you. Oh, shit.
Oh.
So unfortunately, a 15 still misses as her shield is still up. Well, not because of the shield, but anyways. Anything else from you, Carmen?
Move out of the way.
Okay. Averine.
Since I have a fly speed of 60 feet, I will move here and then move there and cast Firebolt. Actually, I will cast Guiding Bolt.
Okay.
23.
23 hits. She takes 13 points of radiant damage and is now glowing. The next attack against her has advantage. Anything else?
That's it.
Zola.
See
You're
if I
still
can get-
paralyzed.
Yeah.
Con save. Yep.
Yep.
Still paralyzed. Pixies.
I'm just seeing if is the paralyzer a magical effect?
It's a melee weapon attack, so no.
Yeah, so dispel magic will not help her.
Oh. Try to remember also which ones are holding concentration on spells as well.
Yeah, currently this one's the one that's holding. Yes, it is.
You're holding action.
So I'm moving that one back. I'm going to have these two flank Zola. All right. Well, if I was to cast Polymorph onto Zola, for instance, would she still be paralyzed?
Ooh. I don't know. The transformation lasts for the duration or until the target drops to 0 hit points or dies. A new form can be... The target's game statistics, including mental ability scores, are replaced by the statistics of the chosen beast. It retains its alignment and personality.
Doesn't say anything about conditions, does it?
No.
It doesn't say anything about conditions, but what I would state is that she cannot be considered a willing participant while she is paralyzed. So, yes, you can use it to get her back active if you polymorph her, but she will have to make the wisdom save.
So, just to clarify, if I polymorphed her and then dropped the polymorph, would you say that she would come back and she would be unparalyzed?
No, she'd still be paralyzed.
She'd be still paralyzed if she was if she came out of the polymorph afterwards.
Yeah, she would be. That's how she was.
If we're saying game statistics replace, then she stays paralyzed. If we're saying that's not the case, then the polymorphed version becomes paralyzed.
I don't know what I'm trying to figure out a way. I don't think there's anything they can do. They're just going to flank and see what they can they. Oh, right, they'll do the help action.
Okay.
think I don't know,
Spell magic.
to try maybe warm up the limbs to see if they can help her to unparalyze her. Try, see if that will help her on the next saving throw to get out of it. That's the best I can do. Sorry.
Okay. No worries. Grigori, any thoughts on how you can breathe?
Well, I get 4 minutes, not just 4 rounds, so we'll just keep going.
Nope. Not actually the case.
Could
You can
press
hold
the
your
save
breath.
button?
You can hold your breath for 4 minutes,
Right.
but
And then you have
without a breath to take to hold, you are no longer breathing. Like you have no more breath at that point.
well, this is not particularly material. I don't want to hold up the game. I was looking up suffocation rules on 183, but we'll get back to that. Nothing at the moment. Carry on.
If you can prove me wrong right now, I will take it and give you 4 minutes instead of four rounds.
When a creature runs out of breath or is choking, it must survive for a number of rounds. There you go. You're right. So if I can't get a breath, that's it.
Yep.
Very good. All right. Carry on. Nothing this round.
Okay. All right. So that puts you down to 3. Now, strictly speaking, you're still in ape form.
Correct. I've been trying to figure out what happens when I drop to 0 and revert to a tiefling form, because there's no excess damage. It's just 0 and you're drowning. But then you're in a new form and new constitution score. I think that's just a GM call.
Yeah. The half dragon is going to step up.
Does the half dragon want to grab the sword that I threw at him?
Yes, he'll grab the sword that you threw at him and strike out. Same attack rolls. It's a long sword. To see if it hits. That's going to miss.
First one's at advantage. I didn't see what the roll is, but
It still misses because the shield is up.
oh, okay.
So 20 also misses. All right.
The shield is still up, man.
Could you please not spell?
Dirk can't really fit into that space. He'll kind of squeeze in there, and let's see if he can do something. Leave us alone, please. Offhand dagger. Hey, the offhand dagger hits for 3 points of piercing. Unfortunately, the dagger. I need to clarify. Did I make the dagger magical on him? I think I did. Yep, it was magical. So 3 points of damage to Valindra. Okay. At the end of Dirk's turn, before she takes her turn, she's going to use all 3 of her legendary actions in one go again and use her Disrupt Life. I need everyone within 20 feet of her to roll a Constitution saving throw.
And to clarify, this again is not a spell that I could.
It's not a spell that you can counterspell. Okay.
Oh, it's not even worth adding the +4, is it?
The DC is 18, in case anyone is interested.
8.
Okay. So, I need to roll for Dirk, and so con save from Dirk and from Robin.
No.
How's everyone doing? We have 8 from the ape, a 15 from Averine, an 8 from Dirk, and an 18 from the half-dragon. Okay, so the half-dragon takes half damage at 12 points of necrotic damage. Everyone else takes 25 points of necrotic damage. That takes Dirk to 0 hit points.
Averine is also at 0.
No.
Can we get inspiration because Dark's down?
You can claim the contract off his body. And all the goods that Robin has. I mean, all right. And now it is Valindra's turn. Grigori's also no longer blessed. Okay, so on her turn, she is going to... Excuse me. Yeah. So she wants to use a very particular spell. She will use it. She's casting a Disintegrate on Robin. Robin needs to roll a Dex save, or he also dies. Robin is instantly turned to dust.
No, not Robin.
Along with everything on his person.
Oh! Really?
That was non-magical.
Oh, okay.
So all his magical items stay where they are.
Shiny loot.
Grab the sword.
Shiny loot.
Yep. All right. Then she will step ever so slightly out here, staying within the ape's melee range. Tower, in ape form, what would you like to do?
I'm going to multi-attack again.
Do you still get advantage? Is she still glowing?
Her shield is no longer up. The advantage is no longer up either.
Okay.
Oh, for crying out loud.
D20 to be an arse.
Got +9. I'm not. Oh, you're fucking kidding me. Right.
All right.
+9, and you've got 12 and 11.
Yeah, it's
Picho.
+9. Oh, no.
Picho.
Right. Well, my bestie just dropped, and that's not good. So I'm going to, seeing that she has moved out. I'm going to move here, draw that dagger that I think was her dagger, if I remember correctly. So I'm sure she'll love seeing this happen.
Come on, Pichu.
And I'm just gonna stab the hell out of her for 2 attacks.
Okay.
Now I don't have it on my sheet. I have a regular dagger. Would it be the same roll? Is that just with more damage, or?
Roll the same thing, but it's +1.
Okay, so
we'll just add 1 to all of the rolls.
okay. Now, it's proficiency plus.
It's dex.
Oh right,
plus
the extra
proficiency.
+2 was to the throne because it was my fighting style. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay, so is that supposed to be including?
That is without the +1.
Okay, so 19 to hit. She sees the blade coming in. She knows that blade can hurt her.
Yeah.
Terror crosses over her eyes. Actual, genuine terror. So she uses her reaction to cast shield,
Ugh.
and that misses.
Pauses. Well, I'm gonna do it again. Ugh, Christ. And I will now. I'm gonna drop my Hunter's Mark to cast as a bonus action, Healing Spirit on Avarine's face.
Okay. She can't counterspell that. All right. Anything else from you, Pijo?
Trying to think of how many more. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 25. And I'm going to kind of move back by Avarine.
Okay. At the end of Picho's turn, she will use a frightening gaze on Carmen. I need Carmen to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Isn't Carmen invisible?
She can see her.
Were all of her legendary actions already used, or did she already get them back?
The round restarted.
She got them back at the end of her turn. So she can see you.
Through a wall?
with your current.
Not really. I'm a skinny girl.
No, that's fair enough. You make a good point. She just, well.
Nah, that's my bum.
Okay, then your butt needs to roll the fright. Okay. In which case, no. Then she, if she can't see you, she will do the same thing, but on Pijo.
Yeah.
Pijo, roll a wisdom save.
Okay. Yeah. That's probably not good enough. I can't imagine that would be good enough.
14 fails. As a result, you are now frightened.
All right.
Okay. You're frightened.
That means I have to run away from her, right?
No, you do not. You're not turned. All you have to do is, because you are frightened of her, you cannot move closer.
Okay.
And any attacks you make while she is within line of sight are at disadvantage. Okay. Now it's Carmen's turn. Carmen, what would you like to do?
Grab the blade and then ring onto me. Is she really scared of the blade?
She's really scared of that blade.
You can't see her. If she can't see you, you can't see her. You don't know that.
Okay. But I can see Pijo with that blade, and I know it's magical. My blades are not magical.
Correct.
Could I? Hang on. Let me just do distance before I start to.
You could go to Pijo and ring.
I'm wondering if I can.
You can ring to me, and I'm in range.
I could ring you. Could I run up next to PJ, grab the blade?
Yep.
It's going to let her have it.
And
Is
then
Pijo going to let Carmen take the dagger?
Well, he won't see her. So, and he's very frightened.
that is true.
So I don't know. He might instinctively resist, but due to the fear, he might. Yeah. I mean, if he knows it's Carmen trying to take it, he'll let her have it. But if he just is feeling like the pull without knowing what it is, he might resist, or he would resist because he doesn't know what's going on behind.
Carmen will definitely, if she can do this, she'll run up to Pijo's side and say, "Pijo, it's me. I just need to borrow that dagger for a minute, please."
Then absolutely, yeah.
I'll do it for you.
Okay. Then you take the blade.
Yep.
You use the ring to be able to attack Valindra from Tower's position.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack. It counts as a +1 dagger in your hands. It is a finesse weapon.
Yeah.
Is that the same as the one I've got?
It'll be a plus. Add +1 to this.
So I'll roll this and then +1. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
27 to hit.
27 will hit.
And then
it will pass her shield.
Do a defensive flourish.
Okay.
Which is sorry, that one.
Oh.
Okay.
That dagger goes in.
And then second attack.
Carmen, you notice that dealt 20 points of damage to her.
Ooh.
Yes.
Do it again.
She appears to be vulnerable to that dagger. Go ahead and make your second attack.
I'm going to do it again. Yay. With a +1 on that. But I'll use luck.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to go at her now.
Okay. What's the result of the luck? You just need to roll another d20.
Yeah.
Like that? Like that?
Yeah.
No?
No. /R space.
Yeah, 1d20.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yes!
Oh!
So,
And
Avery.
I'm going to add in a
defensive
defensive
Not
blow
Avery, sorry.
on top of that as well.
Carmen.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So roll an additional 1d4 and 1d8. So 12 plus 7, 19. Doubled because she is vulnerable to it. to 38 points of damage, magical piercing damage. Carmen, how do you want to kill Valindra?
So I'm just gonna have the dagger. I'm gonna do a little swivel in my hands, all cool. Raise it up and just cave down into the middle of her skull and just hammer her down into the ground.
As you hammer her down into the ground, her body turns to ash and the dust just dissolves in front of you. Anything else from you, Carmen?
I'm gonna look to see if Grigori reappears.
Nope. He doesn't reappear.
He doesn't reappear.
No, that's like a real.
It's not a concentration spell.
Oh.
This is plane shift rather than banishment.
Okay.
Averine, you start your turn getting 1d6 healing.
Oh.
So 5 hit points back. Become conscious. Is there any other threat of death within the group? There is with Dirk. Are you guys going to do anything to bring Dirk back, or are you going to allow him to die?
Do it now.
I want to do something to help Grigori.
What would you do?
I have 2 third level slots remaining.
Right.
So I would message to Grigori to find out exactly where he is. Try and locate him. Would it not work? Why would it not work?
I'm on a different plane of existence. Like, your character can try that, but unless your sending is so strong you can leave the material plane.
Yeah, it can.
Yeah. Okay.
I want to try and find out where he is.
Are you messaging or sending?
Oh, sorry. Sending.
Does it? Okay. All right. I was going to say, because message wouldn't work.
Yeah.
In that. Okay.
Sending will work for you.
Because if I can, then I've got another message to send.
So, what message do you send?
To Grigori, I would say, she's dead. Tell me as much as you can of where you are. Make yourself as visible as possible.
Okay. As this spell goes through, I'm going to be a little generous here and ask Ty, do the pixies still have concentration on the polymorph on Grigori?
I'm going to drop it.
Okay. Grigori shifts back from the ape form to his normal form. What is Grigori's constitution modifier?
It's +3.
Okay, so
that resolves
Grigori,
a lot of the questions.
you go to 3 rounds. You have...
Right? And then on my turn, I go down to 1.
You'll go down to 1. However, you've just received a sending. Received a message.
This is a last resort, by the way.
I would just like to expand on this, that the ape, being a large, huge creature, having not a lot of oxygen, it might have some oxygen, but not a lot of oxygen, and then shrink into a very small creature where that amount of oxygen on a small creature would possibly create a full amount of held breath.
Well, but shrinking down, some oxygen probably came out because, size and space. And
but you'd be able to hold on to a containable amount in your lungs.
Which is why I'm arguing that when he shifts from that form, no matter how many turns he wasted with that inability to breathe, he drops down. The problem is he has no breath.
Right. It's all right. I'm fine.
Okay.
Maybe.
All right. So, Grigori, you receive a message which only you can hear. You receive that message.
Right. Now, is the response... Again, I haven't looked up sending in a long time. Do I respond mentally, or do I have to speak?
The creature hears the message in its mind, recognizes you as the sender if it knows you, and can answer in a like manner immediately. I am going to read that to believe you can respond in your mind.
Oh. Do I have any idea where I am?
All you know is you are underwater and you are blind.
Can I do an insight check to see if
you're not?
would have sent
You've got dark vision, right?
I do have dark vision.
Okay, so you can tell that you're underwater.
Sure.
You can see out to 60 feet away from you. There are lots of aquatic life creatures around you. Thankfully, nothing dangerous. I'm not going to do that to you. Roll either Arcana, History, or potential. Yeah, well, intelligence-based checks. It's going to require an intelligence-based skill check.
Arcana's fine.
Okay, so you would recognize this as the elemental plane of water. You're now down to 2 rounds left.
Sure.
As you can respond, but at the end of your response, you've got 2 rounds left.
Sure. Although I should say, is this my action? Because I've got things I need to be doing while I'm thinking in my head.
No, it's not your action.
Sure. Transported to elemental plane of water. Do not know where. I will be dead in 12 seconds or 10 minutes.
We'll have a long round.
You can't put yourself in the bag of holding.
It says that you can for 10 minutes. It says on the item.
If you can fit in the 2x4 space.
Can I put it over my head?
He can put his head. He can put his head in it.
And use prestidigitation to cinch it up tight. Just hold it tight.
Yeah.
If you would like your head to then be instantly transported to a demi-plane, go ahead.
In fact, if
the way you say, well, let's just being a magic user, is that even possible? Can Grigori roll to even know if he can do that, or is that gonna like suck his head out?
You cannot sever body parts using the bag of holding. You cannot place anything into the bag of holding that does not fit in the bag of holding closed. So small creatures that can fit within it in a 2 foot by 4 foot square could fit.
Can he shrink himself?
Can he shrink himself?
We'll find out in 15 minutes. We're going to take a quick break. At that point, we'll find out what happens to Zola with her paralysis, which will end soon, and Grigori at the end of a 15-minute break. On your screen, you should see a Who's That Monster for today's session. Type in the chat what you think it will be, and we will be back in 15 to discuss it. Bye. Welcome back to this sad, solemn moment. Dirk has died. I'm so sorry.
No, we didn't get a chance to like drag him into the healing spirit or something.
Would you guys have taken efforts to save Dirk's life?
I would have dragged him in to get some hit points. Doesn't cost me anything, and he's helpful.
Okay.
This is his land. He owns it by right.
Fair enough. By which point, Zola, you are no longer paralyzed. Everything's kind of wrapping up very quickly. Averine, what are you thinking?
We haven't come back from the who's that Pokemon? Who's that? Not Pokemon.
Yes, the Monstermon. So, this week's Who's That Monster is the Hydra. If we remember the party, we're avoiding a Hydra. I do think there's been quite a bit of noise. So we'll see if the Hydra pops up.
I was wondering about that.
But there has been quite a bit of noise. So, with screaming giant apes and all of that. So.
And there's a question in chat about Roll20.
Ah, yes. So, you ask about spell slot level 3, 1 of 3 remaining. Ammunition tracking is something that Roll20 do as part, like by standard, as long as you have access to APIs within your game. Now, in order to have access to APIs, you must have a plus minimum subscription, I believe, or a definitely with a pro subscription. You have to specifically apply the 5th edition OGL script to the game and then turn on the ammunition tracking options. Then all the spell slots, all of the weapon attacks, you can set up arrows to automatically be removed. I like to set up things like second wind. When a player uses second wind, press it, it takes away from their resource so that we know that they have used up their resources. There are a lot of things that you can do with APIs in Roll20 to really customize the game, make things different, like the bless toggle button we had, or Tower's wild shaping button that automatically switches between his tokens and all that. You need a pro subscription to be able to manipulate APIs in that manner. Okay.
Thank you.
It is pro, not plus. I remember now, plus gets you extra dynamic lighting, things like that. It is plus that you need. Okay. So, what is the party going to do about Grigori? Zola, you come to. You were paralyzed, but you were still able to see everything that you could see from your position. Razan C still lies on the floor to your left. You know the party ran out to the right, but you did not witness Grigori plane shift.
Where is Grigori?
So Carmen will shout to everybody, Grigori has plane shifted to an elemental plane. He's on the water plane. He cannot see anything around him. Can anyone think of anything to do right now? He's only got a few seconds.
The only way to bring him back is with the gate spell, is all I know.
I will approach the man who might be my father.
I'm going to cast light quickly as well.
And I will look at...
Nerving me.
No,
okay, I'm going to... Go on, Zola, go first quickly.
So,
this is all happening at the same time now.
It's all happening at the same time. So Zola, you run to Razan C's body.
Yeah, I'm just going to look at him as sadly as I can. Just the cat begging eyes. Is there anything you can do? Anyone you know that can do something? Please, I'm begging.
There is only one way that I know that you could bring him back, and that is with a wish or similar magic.
Can you do it? Do you know anyone who can?
I have a way that there is a chance, a 1 in 20 chance that you might pull a wish.
I'll take it.
Mechanically speaking, there's a 5% chance of this happening.
He shuffles over, pulls out a leather-bound pouch with a deck of cards inside of it.
Oh, this thing just gets better and better.
In terms of time to save Grigori,
I would have sent a message by now.
well, yeah, you would have sent another message out. So, Zola, he holds a deck of cards in front of you. Now, Zola, would you have ever had any experience with a deck of many things?
I don't think so, and I don't think that she'd just run into that information casually where she's been hanging out.
Raz and C will mention to you, there's a chance you could pull a card from here with the magical power to grant any wish you so desire.
I'll start going for it, but I'm also curious to see what Carmen's plan is, because she's also trying to do something at the same time.
So, Carmen,
Yes.
what are you doing?
I'm going to send in.
What's the sending?
Sending is Loic. Please help friend Grigori stuck elemental water plane tiefling on the ground, cannot see anything. Please save him so we can save Dad's camel.
And him, if he comes back to him.
I've run out of words.
Okay. I can't quite remember, but did you mention Grigori's name in the sending?
I did.
Yes.
I said friend Grigori. I said friend Grigori, tiefling water plane.
Okay.
Not a lot.
All right. He receives it. Oh. Now, the cube that he had did not have access to the elemental plane of water. However, interestingly enough, as part of the half-rate hero story, I did just write into Loic's history that he does have a way to get to all 4 of the elemental planes. There is a chance.
He can scry on him if he
He
knows
can
enough
get there,
information.
scry, find him, bang.
I want to see what happens to Zola.
Okay.
Because that sending's all in your head, right?
Well,
So, I have
drop
to...
dead if we could appear with Loic.
I have to refer to Loic for this. If you don't mind putting the Loic cap and tentacle
Anytime, any place, I'm ready for that.
on. So, Loic, you have been spending quite a bit of time off the material plane for a very specific reason, and that is the death curse. The last thing you need is to be on the material plane. Thankfully, from your understanding, the elemental planes are still considered outside the radius of the death curse. So travel that way is safe. But with a method of traveling to the elemental planes, what would your response be here? Knowing who she is.
He'd probably use the elemental cube to gate spell that and pull Grigori into Pandemonium with him. And that is where he will be.
There's your hero, Grigori. Yes.
All right, then what would your response be to Carmen?
That better be his true name.
Okay. Now, that would require...
You assumed that Grigori gave you his true name all this time.
Oh, don't say that.
Well, you know, that's your own fault for not trusting it.
Oh, your own demise.
Okay. In terms of time, sending spell was one action. To message Grigori, find out where he is. Then a second sending went to Loic. That's another action. to find out where he is. That's 2 rounds. Loic, on this round, the final round, could cast the gate spell and pull
So,
Grigori to Pandemonium.
If
This
it's,
round, it's possible Grigori lives.
Well, if it's useful, I'd just like to, because I've been really reading these rules, because, they matter. I believe once you drop to 0, you're suffocating, and you get 2 rounds before you die. Is that right?
So once you are suffocating, it states you are dying, which means
You get a death saving throw each round, right? So there are 3 rounds of dying.
It's exactly that's the case. So you've got your death saves at the point that you're dying. Okay. All right. I'm trying to think, and I'm trying to weigh up the time dilation here. So I'm going to have Grigori roll a Constitution saving throw. Okay. The
Not
DC
every
of
time.
this is going to. Have you rolled it yet?
No, here it goes.
No. Okay. No, unfortunately, he will arrive in Pandemonium dead.
But did he not? He had 2 goes.
Dying. Yes, that's true. Dying. So Loic can. Loic has enough
He's
magic to be able to.
Loic
He's
is
got
enough.
transfer life. He's got
Loic
life
has-
transference.
Okay.
But look, well,
So
you guys do your thing.
Loic successfully pulls Grigori into Pandemonium, saves Grigori's life. We're going to need some time to figure out what happens in that, because Grigori on Pandemonium could be an adventure all in and of its own.
He's got the bag of holes. Loic's going to be like, ooh,
Don't get
I'm
eaten.
curious.
bag.
So, Loic, would you respond to Carmen to let her know her friend is safe?
Yeah. And then he'll turn around and probably try to Gias Grigori.
Okay, so we'll do that as a private RP, which you can check out if you follow our Patreon, and if you follow Tumblr late. So, you
I would like
respond-
to clarify, that's multiple rounds, all in Carmen's head. I want to see what Zola does with this deck of cards.
So, Zola, I'm trying to think how all this would play out. I would say there is 1 round where Zola could pull a card before Carmen finds out that Grigori is safe.
Would
What does
Averine
Zola?
see the deck of cards?
Is
would-
Averine in the room?
I was yelling, we need a gate.
Then yes.
And would I know what it is?
A card.
Arcana check.
Okay.
Pijo's going to be sending the little spirit just chasing after Averine as she runs in.
Yes, you would recognize a deck of many things.
Say, be careful, Zola! There's a chance something could go terribly wrong. And that's it.
Something has gone terribly wrong.
You pull one, roll a D22. A 10. The gem card. 25 pieces of jewelry worth 2,000 gold pieces each, or 50 gems worth 1,000 gold pieces each appear at your feet.
What am I going to do with this?
As I said, there is a chance. At which point... So, Pijo, romantic to see
Oh yeah, when he sees
shinies
this,
come out of the deck.
just
But,
coming everywhere.
It's at this point that Carmen receives the all clear.
Okay.
Got it.
Cool. Guys, he's alright. He's okay. He's alright. Loic got him. He might be in Pandemonium, but he's okay. He's alright. He's good. He's not
Wait,
dead. Zola, he's okay. He's okay. He's good. He's good. My uncle's got him. He's good.
Your uncle? How does your uncle have him?
My uncle's pretty awesome. He's a weird fellow, but he's pretty awesome in his own way. You might want to meet him one day. His name's Loic. He's amazing. You would love him.
Okay. Well, tell your uncle thank you.
I will. I will as soon as I can. I've run out of spells now, so I will as soon as I can.
Okay.
This is good news, but we have UNT on one side of us. We have a Hydra on the other. Maybe we should be leaving.
Do I have an idea of whether or not I can destroy the transportation sigils by defacing them or anything like that?
You could do so. You know that would work. Magically defacing the sigils would definitely break it.
So I'm going to start defacing this sigil and then say, I don't know that I can survive either confrontation. Perhaps we can hole up in this room for a short rest while we recover some vitality and magical powers.
I must break this one as well then, because there's one in the bottom left of this one.
Mm-hmm.
But can Tower grab the flame tongue sword again, and then sorry, there are other items down there, are there not?
There are items on the floor in and around his treasure hoard. Not really specifically magical items that are...
Sorry, Rob disintegrated. You said he left.
He dropped the sword.
He dropped everything else.
Magical items.
Yes. He dropped all of those.
What did Rob have on him?
He had the sword.
Rob had the other party treasure hoard. He had a pair of eyes of minute seeing, a headband of intellect, a potion of diminution, which actually, come to think of it, diminution would probably have made Grigori small enough to fit in. Anyways. A potion of fire giant strength, the staff of healing, and a lantern of revealing. Those are the things that he has. I can give you all handouts for them, as you wish. Raz and C leans up to Zola. We should be safe in here.
Are you okay? I'm sorry.
I will rest. Given time, I can heal my wounds. Why did you save me? Why bring me back?
I think I might be your daughter. I don't know if I am. But you seemed to respond when I asked to the name of the person that they said that I might be. I know myself as Zola of Nine Zaru, but I was not born there. I am an orphan as far as I know. And, well, I have an adoptive mother, but I've never known my real family. And the story seems to match up, and it still might be possible that I am not Mika, and she kind of holds her arm up and wiggles her tail and says the resemblance is pretty striking.
There is a surefire way to know.
How?
I created my daughter for one reason and one reason alone. As a tool and a weapon to help me gain true immortality. If you are that child, I can tell.
Am okay.
He speaks the name Mika, but in the way that he speaks it, there's a sort of a somber tone to it that seems to just send a shiver straight down your spine. The name though spoken by other people, is just another name, but when spoken by him seems to ring some form of familiarity, some form of truth. Pieces begin to clip together, flashes and images of being a child in a Yuan-Ti pureblood's arms, whisked away from the city of Omu in the dead of night, as a great evil was chasing after you. With the help of a mad witch, you were then carried away in a little basket by some intrepid adventurers. These visions come back to you to secure your comfort and knowledge that you are Mika. But also in that moment, when your mind is stuck in the past reflecting images, you don't notice. You turn around, you step away from Razensi, you step over to his table, open up a different drawer, whereupon you pull out a horn, a little ivory horn, and you begin to blow loud. As the cacophony of noise that escapes from this horn just echoes through every room in the temple, everyone in the area feels the effects of the calm emotion spell. In effect, if there's a riot going on outside, you all feel like it has just been forcefully quelled by use of this horn. Then you snap to, you realize you're now holding onto this horn. He has shown and proven his capability of having full control over your person. And you know that you are Mika. It is you. It has been a long time. But this is good that you have returned and rooted out the evil within my homestead. Thank you. Now, together, Mika, we can rule the Yuan-Ti in Chult for an eternity.
I don't. Eternity isn't really my thing. I personally believe that there is a reason for death, and it's part of life and the whole cycle of it and the way that the world turns. I don't have any opinions about what you want to do, other than if it's going to be more genocide, don't. Speaking of which, why?
I must obey.
Is that why you killed all the Chultans in the Valley of Lost Honor? Is that why you attacked Mesro? Because you were told?
Roll a persuasion check at advantage for being his little daughter.
And I'm
He does care.
proactively rolling insight on his response.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go with that as well.
21.
We're all kind of watching, like, really like intense conversation.
Getting the popcorn out.
Those were a necessity. On the road to ultimate power, you must crack a few stones. Is that the word? I don't know. The pavement is strewn with eggs.
I heard once that you were not born Yuan-Ti, that you became it. Why?
Well, For the power that it granted. Why else? As a
So-
man, I could only do so much, but as this, I understood power I could never know. I met true power. I saw the face of Annihilation.
I'm
And I
gonna-
survived.
Sit down next to him at this point and get all kind of cozy and comfy next to him. So, why is it that you like power so much? What's the end goal? I mean, power is great and all, but usually it's a means to an end. So, why? Why can you not be content to live in your own corner of the world and just have that, like a lot of people are?
Roll another persuasion check. 23, okay. I, like so many others, am facing the inevitability of this curse. I died a mortal man, and what I saw beyond was nothing. There is nothing beyond. There was nothing. It was blank. It was a void. It was empty. And I was lost.
Are you sure? Did you get yourself checked out? Did you talk to somebody about it? Because sometimes we go places, well, I don't know, I hear there are some places that exist that look like voids, but they're not actually voids. Did you talk to like someone like Averine?
I spoke to many, and what they tried to teach me was not what I saw. I saw the end of all, that there was no peace after this life. And so everything I have done since then is to preserve the life that I have gained.
I don't think that's the only way to avoid what you're afraid of. I think you could find a different way. One that was included in the natural cycle of life and death, and that could end up not, how do I put this? Tossing the rest of the universe onto its axis in order to accomplish what you want to accomplish. Because the way that you're doing things now, you have so many enemies, and we almost you were not as strong just now when we fought you as I thought you were going to be. And yes, I know that you're cursed, but if you have the amount of enemies that you do out there, and we took you down that fast, you are in the red with your high profile. You're not going to survive long enough to gain the power that you want to gain in the end if you continue this path. I want to help you. I want to show you how to work with people to get what you want. I understand you're afraid. I really do. And I understand that's the reason for everything. And I think that we could find a solution that wasn't nearly as dangerous to everybody.
I need only survive a 10-day more.
What happens in a 10-day?
The godchild at the bottom of the tomb will finish feeding.
Does that...
And will reach the power it needs to grant me everlasting life.
Oh, you're relying on it to give you this thing?
I made my pact. I cannot return from it.
Does that bind them as much as it binds you?
If I keep it safe and it remains alive, capable of performing its ritual, then I survive.
Yeah, but
I reach immortality.
if we also interrupt and tear the plan apart, then the curse gets lifted and we can pursue the alternative together.
I'm afraid with that, I would die. And
Why?
as my pact, the deal, Deals must be kept.
What if we killed you and brought you back? Would that end the deal?
I don't think you would be able to bring me back.
Well, not me.
You could try. But as part of my deal, I cannot allow you to stop the beast. You saved my life this day. I will permit you and your friends safe recourse out of here.
What did you mean then when we were fighting and you were going down and you said you were supposed to be the one to break the machine?
When the ritual is finished, you, my beloved child, Mika, would be the one to grant me the life that I need.
How? You're not going to take mine, are you?
No.
Inside check, yeah.
Inside check.
Inside checks all around. Let's see him roll his deception.
Oh god, that's a terrible inside check.
He could roll a terrible deception check too.
Zola, you feel like that's not the truth. You know that's the plan. You were created for one purpose alone: to grant him life by sacrificing your own.
Does he seem to have any affection, genuine affection for me?
No.
My eyes get very cold. I will give you one more chance. You are on your deathbed right now. Change your plans. We'll work it out. But admit right now that that's not the best way. We'll figure something out together.
Permit me to remain here, or you will kill your friends. As you feel yourself back
I was gonna say,
away from him.
Can I attempt to cast Invoke Nightmare on him?
Yes, you can.
What language are they speaking in?
Common.
Okay.
Additionally, my pixies are going to polymorph him. Whatever ones have remaining.
Okay.
Polymorph him into a cockroach, please.
He saves from the effect of the nightmare.
Okay.
How many of them are going to attempt to polymorph him?
The two above him, and the other two have got polymorph still, so I'm going to attempt to polymorph him. Actually, these two are going to attempt to polymorph. Sorry, that one and that one are going to attempt to polymorph still. The other two are maintaining fly on Averine.
Why?
And Zola still, because we need to get past the Hydra.
Good point. See.
It is a shame. Polymorph is cast by all of those that cast, and it has absolutely no effect on him.
Oh well, that was worth trying.
We're going to roll for initiative.
Oh my god.
Like Final Fantasy bosses.
I'm going to remove everything, and you all can re-roll again. He's had some time to sit and relax. We will say at least 3 minutes, so 50 rounds. No, 30 rounds. Yep, 30 rounds. Okay.
Oh.
And for the sake of this combat, Zola, you are on my side. as he has full control over you. Dirk's resting.
Shargo?
Yeah, what's
dazed.
Shago up to?
Shargo's all right.
He's seen stars. Some
He's-
magical effect
He
that was on
really
him.
is a liability, isn't he? Just
100%.
But he's so nice.
1, 2, 3, 4. Who is missing from the turn order? Do I have Tower? Did you roll initiative for Tower?
you not healed Dirk up. You left the healing spirit on Dirk, did you not?
I gave it for him to heal with, but it followed Averine as she went inside. Because
So
was
he's-
much more.
Conscious, but he's taken quite a beating. He's going to cower in the corner. Okay. Is that everyone in the turn order? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep.
Does the staff of healing require attunement?
Let me check. Yes, it does. By a bard, cleric, or druid.
Hey, you're a bard, cleric, or druid.
So, Averine, you watch as this. Oh, we need the pixies. And are they still active after now? By the way, how long are they summoned for?
I think it's an hour for the. Let me check the spell.
It's been a long time. Anyways, Averine, what would you be doing?
So I guess I want to clarify, how many hit points should I
What?
have if the healing spirit's been following me around?
Well, it lasts for
I
a
would
minute.
say-
So.
Full. In terms of full use of the, not full your hit points, full use of the spell. So 10d6,
You already rolled one of them, though, so it'd be 9d6.
96.
Dirk, you got one?
Yes, but you two could have had it on the same turn if it followed. Like that works. So 96. All right. So you get 40 hit points back, Averine. Up to max.
Okay. Then I will... I'm going to cast Suggestion.
Okay.
The pixies are still in, by the way.
Okay. Do you want to roll
So-
initiative for them all,
Yeah.
just as one group? So what's this suggestion going to be?
Oh, that's 21, so they're top of the round.
Okay. Let's just resolve the suggestion first, and then they can take their actions. What's the suggestion?
Raznizi, you look a mess. You should clean yourself off in the waters. Don't worry about the Hydra. We've killed them already. But you're really a filthy piece of garbage. So, I was going to use Portent to make
Okay.
him fail.
Okay.
So
What's the portent roll that you were going to give him?
5,
5. And what's your spell save DC?
16.
Okay. All right. So totals out to 12. So he fails. Okay.
And then I will use my fly speed to move away. And I'll be done.
Okay. All right. So what are the pixies going to do?
The pixie that's holding concentration on fly on Zola will then try and polymorph Zola.
Okay.
No, yeah, fair enough. But she's lost her fly.
Okay.
All right, so that's one of them. What else have I got? I will attempt phantasmal. The other 3 will try attempt phantasmal force on Zola.
Okay. What does Zola have to roll?
I haven't got the phantasmal force spell up in front of me, unfortunately. I can't cast the spells from the pixie sheet. I know what it does, but
Let me just
yeah, sorry.
double check. It's okay. Using D&D Beyond, it should be fairly quickly. Phantasmal Force. It is an intelligence saving throw. So 3 intelligence saving throws from Zola.
That's a fail. First one's a fail. So I'm just going to have her scared that there's something attacking her. That is, I'm not going to try and offend her, just to keep her scared. And there's what's the scariest thing that Tao would know that Zola's afraid of, or the pixies would be afraid of? Whatever's in her mind. That's. I think.
Okay.
I don't think I decide. I think it's kind of scared of itself, isn't it? Or something like that.
Okay.
Temperature.
That's fine. Zola, in terms of her physicality, she can be frightened of that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else from the pixies?
Pixies will back away. Oh,
okay.
Well, yeah.
So the command was given. Pijo, what are you doing?
So, with the suggestion against Rosnancy, do we? I guess we might not know, but does that maintain the concentration or whatever it is that's turned Zola against us?
The suggestion spell, all it does is it forces the person to follow the course of action specified in the suggestion.
Yeah.
If I understand the suggestion correct, it was go wash yourself off in the waters.
Yeah.
Right?
Where the Hydra was.
So, where the Hydra was. So he has failed and he must now do that. However, you have no idea how he has full control over Zola.
Okay.
If he has control over her like an autonomous creature that he acts through her body, then there's a chance not even the Phantasmal Force will make an effect because it has no effect on Raz and C.
Okay.
He just has the body ignore it.
Well, Pijo's going to draw his bow and kind of look to Avery as if to, in a glance, say, like, should I or should I wait? Because he saw the suggestion being cast. He heard it. And he doesn't, well, he knows Avery thinks much further ahead than he does. I don't know if she can respond to that look. But...
Kill him! Kill him! Kill him! Kill him! Kill him!
Okay. Then I'm going to let loose with my arrow. Well, I'm going to bonus action Hunter's Mark him. Then I'm going to let loose with my arrows.
Okay.
So
go ahead and fire.
Let's do this. So I keep it there.
Okay. So 29 is going to hit. You'll deal 9 points of piercing damage, which ends the suggestion on him.
Right. Is he still injured from before?
Yep.
Okay, so Hunter's Mark and Colossus Slayer both on that.
Okay.
Is he still up? Y/F?
He's still up. Yep.
12, I'm going to go ahead and make a guess that it doesn't hit him.
Nope, doesn't hit.
Okay. Does he have to? And he might not have to. Save to concentrate on what he's doing. It might, like you said, it might not be a concentration, but because he did take.
You don't know.
I don't know, and I'm going to go back above Carmen, up at the top corner.
Okay.
That's where I am.
Carmen, what are you going to do?
I am going to. I'm just gonna. It's been a long day. I'm gonna run in.
Still the morning, technically.
It's been a long while. Yeah, and I'm going to use the dagger again. The Valindra's dagger. So it'll be this plus 1 extra.
Yep.
On top.
22 hits for 8 points of piercing damage.
How's he looking now?
He had enough time to be able to slowly reform, so he's actually looking all right.
Okay. I'll just go again, do the same attack again then.
Okay.
with an extra one
That-
on that. 24.
Okay. Another 9 points of piercing damage.
And then I'm going to let me just work out how far I've moved. Not far. I'm just going to move her back out of the way.
Okay. Tower. What are you going to do?
I'm not sure if the pixies are doing their job. All right.
Don't worry about that for now.
I'm going to drop the pixies, and I'm going to cast Conjure Animals.
Razan C will use his reaction to counterspell.
Of course he does.
Yep. He is casting counterspell at 3rd level. Conjure Animals. Is that...
3rd level.
That's a 3rd level. Yep, so it's cancelled. Unless someone counters his counter.
No,
Can't see him.
Abrin not there. Abrin can't
Okay.
see.
Anything else?
I'm freaking annoyed. I'm going to rage. Ty's going to rage. No. What can...
That's it. That's it. That's
What
what you
can-
do.
I don't know if raging right now is a good idea. Yeah, I'm going to rage. That's what I can do.
Okay. All right. Then I believe it is Zola next. Just double checking something. All right. Since this is the first turn in combat, I'm going to assume that the rage does not end at the end of your turn.
Oh, I've just done the rage, so...
Yeah, what I'm saying is there is a way to read. It ends early if you are knocked unconscious or if your turn ends and you haven't attacked a hostile creature since your last turn or taken damage since then.
Yeah, I always assume you take the rage and then it's the next turn where you have to do stuff.
No, fair enough.
That's what I presume I've done it.
Yeah, that sounds right to me. So, Zola, you have very explicit instructions to do everything within your physical capabilities to kill Tower.
Okay. And the phantasmal force is gone because it was cast by the pixies, right?
Correct.
All right. So I suppose I will proceed to do that. All right. Moving in, constricting.
Does the 25 hit you, Tower?
Yep.
Okay, so you take 27 points of bludgeoning damage, halved because you're raging, to 13 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are grappled and restrained.
And I will actually use my offhand attack as well. I think that
With a
misses.
17 to hit.
This
This
is
is
no, that hits. Sorry, 17 is the advantage. Yeah.
So that's 5 points of piercing, halved down to 2. Anything else from that Zola would do?
Nope, I think I'm going to stay here because knowing that Nissi is the caster, I'm going to be the meat shield.
Okay. Razan C will cast a spell at 5th level
Is he not working towards me?
at Carmen.
Cool.
Okay.
Sure.
I need Carmen to roll a Constitution saving throw.
I've got one left.
Solution.
Oh.
Yeah. Yes.
Well done. All right.
I did that.
Okay. Then he will step ever so slightly, just slither over to here. Averine, what would you like to do?
Well, I will get back up to the door.
The suggestion not in play.
Is he not walking to the water?
No, I
Not
attacked him.
anymore. The moment he took damage,
Yeah.
suggestion was removed.
Can I see tower from where I am?
Yes, yes, you can.
Okay, then I will cast Life Transference at 3rd level, doing 16 points of damage to myself and healing him for 32.
Raz and C will counterspell that.
I will counter his... Oh, wait, that was a 3rd level spell, so I can't counter his counter spell.
Do you not have a 3rd level spell slot?
That was the last one. The Transference was the 3rd level spell slot.
And you can't upcast your counterspell?
I don't have any 4th level slots either.
Okay, fair enough. Then the life transference is lost.
And I will be done with my turn.
Because
Isn't he already used his reaction?
Could he not? Can he see Averine past Zola's large form and Tower's large form and the doorway?
He's in a different room.
I mean, he can see her from that point.
But that might be her
through
mum.
to there. We've never ruled line of sight through characters. To change it now is a little cheesy. So, don't worry. I mean, it's not going to be difficult to finish him off. Averine, anything else from you?
That's it.
Okay, Pijo.
Peter's gonna let loose and say, "Leave my friends alone. She tried to help you, and you just went and took over and are making her attack all of us, and that is just not right." And he misses, and he's gonna do it again because he is angry.
Is Bless not
And-
up still?
No, because we lost it when Adeline went down.
Oh yeah.
That's 10 points of piercing damage.
Plus Glossus and Huntsman.
There we go, there we go.
Nice. Okay, he's now fairly wounded. Anything else?
He's gonna trill in an awful Eric Cochran and tell him to go do a lot of foul things that I won't say because I know this channel is not rated at that level, but it's not appropriate language.
All right, Carmen. This guy looks weak.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not having that. All right, okay, okay.
Okay.
I spend my last luck.
Okay. To re-roll that attack, go ahead and re-roll. That's a miss.
Okay.
You have multi-attack? You attacked
I've
twice
got one more.
before, right?
Yeah. Yeah, one more.
Go ahead and strike.
With a +1.
19 hits for 11 points of piercing damage. He is heavily weakened, but still alive.
Can I not just punch him while I'm there? Then run away? Just, run away.
That's
Anything
actually where
else
all the
from you,
damage
Carmen?
came from. It's just a slap.
Just a slap. Alright, I'm then gonna...
tower.
All right, I have a question mechanically. I have a spell called Meld into Stone. It kind of says you step into a stone object or surface large enough, but could I, like, technically, if I'm on the stone floor, could I slip? Just kind of wrap me around. Can I just slip down into the stone floor?
I would say while you are restrained and have no movement speed, you wouldn't be able to step anywhere. Up, down, left, or right, I would totally do it, but because you're restrained, you can't actually move.
How rough does he look?
Single figures.
But Silas goes next and says his afterwards.
And I'm restrained. Have I got disadvantage on range attacks when I'm restrained?
You have disadvantage on all attacks while you're restrained. But you would even normally have disadvantage on ranged attacks by being within melee range of an individual.
I'm having a vision.
Before you decide what you're doing, you can't have a vision until you've declared what he is doing. You telling him he can roll a high number shouldn't influence his ability to act.
He's just having a deja vu. That's all. Just deja vu.
I am in between. Before that was mentioned, I was in between conjure animals and casting a range spell. And the idea of the conjure animals would guarantee that I could attack him, but not in the initiative order if the animals got the thingy. So the range spell would have to be the thing I would do at this instant. That was getting away from Zola, and then Zola reactionally attacking me isn't going to work. I need to take him out. So I'm thinking I am going to cast Ice Knife at 3rd level at him.
That's exactly what I foresaw happening.
What's the portent, Avery?
13.
13. What is your spellcasting modifier, attack modifier? Because don't you have to hit first?
20.
So 20 in total. That will hit. Go ahead and roll the damage.
It's Ice Knife at 3rd level, but it's not giving me the option to do that. So, there it is. Yeah, 3rd level. There we go. I'm going to make sure he's down this time.
Okay. So the initial attack is for the 1d10 piercing damage.
It's not doing it.
He did do it, it just didn't pop up.
All right, so let me go. All right,
Yeah.
one.
So roll 1d10.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. 7.
And then I'm going to roll. And it's 3rd level, so it's an extra. It's 4d6. Then I think. Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
And he makes a dexterity saving throw against this. He has advantage because he has magic resistance. If he succeeds, he takes no additional damage. And the piercing does not kill him. 13.
No, my spell save DC is 15.
Okay, go ahead and roll the damage.
It's 46.
Then, as Zola comes to her senses, Latency drops once again.
I immediately drop my swords.
And I'm gonna be like, I trust you, Zola, and I'm gonna roll the ice knife.
Drop my swords, and instead of constricting him painfully, I'm just going to be like, I'm so sorry, and give him a huge hug instead.
Okay.
I still cannot breathe.
But now it's a nice warm embrace, not a murderous one.
Can somebody make sure he is dead this time?
Yeah, Piju's gonna go. Well, actually, no. That's Zola's father.
No, go for it. Screw
All right,
that
well
guy.
then Piju's gonna gut him
He made me so that I
like
could
a
die.
hunter. He's gonna really make sure this guy is properly cleaned and pulled apart.
Burn the body. Burn the body.
So, you absolutely destroy Razin C. This has been a long couple minutes.
In real time, this is like, what, 5 to 10 minutes of this entire day?
Yep.
Oh my lord.
The ritual still going on. Or at least it should have been going on. All right. Well done, everyone. You have the spoils of your victory here. You have to deal with the lack of Grigori next time. And you need to go... You can make an educated guess that all of the cubes are reset.
Except Wongo.
So you need... Yeah. Except for the ones that Averine has. So you need to go and collect those. You need to do a lot, and we'll do all that next week.
We just expanded our game by another 3 months. Woo!
Well done, guys, on a good session, a fun session. Lots of combat, I know, but I was very impressed. And hey, Grigori didn't die.
Yeah.
He's just entered the world
that was
of
all
not
Carmen.
dead but gone, as with Greco.
Well done, Carmen.
Despite prolonged conversations with Aaron about what Grigori could do, he technically did nothing but hold his breath. So there you go.
So we will continue the adventure at the same time next week. If you like what you see with us, check us out tomorrow for our Half-Rate Hero stream. Follow us on Twitter. We are at Crituitous RP. Our between sessions, we've run out of game in character RP chat, our campfire RP. You can follow along on that on crituitousrp.tumblr.com. Or you can chat with us regularly and read along with the RP as it happens by supporting us on our Patreon. That's patreon.com/Teoband. Thank you very much, everyone, and good night.